Good morning, everybody. Beautiful day. I'm out here walking out the track in Claremont, getting my heart rate up. Hope you're having a blessed day. Everything is going well for you. Today we're going to talk about the most powerful two-letter word. Somebody exposed me to this about 10 years ago. Someone asked me a few questions and they enlightened me to this concept of the word if. It's a very short word, and the only other powerful word that is two letters is no. That's a very disempowering word. It takes power from you and never gives you any power. But the word if is a very empowering word. It can change your whole universe, your whole life. Because when you ask yourself if, it enlightens you and opens your mind to the possibilities. You know, a famous quote is, "A closed mind has no room for expansion." Your mind's like a parachute. It works better when it's open. So if you ask yourself if on any subject, health, social, family, spiritual, relationships, ask yourself if about the possibilities. And not in a negative way, but in a positive way. You can really have some large impacting changes. And so the way anything gets created or invented is someone asked themselves a simple question: was if this, then, and it leads to a series of statements. So, for instance, if I get up and go to the track and walk, my day is going to be better. If I stay in bed and sleep an extra 30 minutes, I'm not going to be productive. And now I get to see all you beautiful people. Hey, Kelly. So, you got to do this over and over again with your life. This is not a one-time thing. The word if, you can ask yourself every day. If you're trying to get better at something, you can channel it down to, if I do this, then I'll have this result. And that's what it's about. It's about the result. A lot of people want the result, but they don't want to go through the work to get the result, whatever it may be. But everything has a price. One of my friends, Jeff, always used to say there's a reason for these prices. If something's cheap or too low, there's a reason it's too low. So everything of value has a price, and that goes with the effort that you got to put in on your life too. If you want a good life, it's going to take some effort. No one just woke up one day and had everything they wanted. So first off is health. Number one, you got to take care of your body. You know, if you're not able to do certain things, start today. Start small. Whether it's your diet or exercise, you got to take those little steps to get the big goals. So if I do this, then I'll have that. You know, somebody may want to be more flexible or to get stronger. You're not going to become a yogi in a month or a bodybuilder in a month, but it starts with one stretch or one push-up, and then you work towards it. I'm no fitness expert, but I've been working out or exercising most of my life. There was a period in my life where I was overweight, where I didn't do anything, and it caught up with me. One day I looked in the mirror and was like, oh my goodness. And so I had to take a change, and it starts slowly. It's the same way with education and knowledge. I read a ton of books. I've read all different subjects, but it takes time to get knowledge. Sometimes people want to educate themselves about a certain subject, and one Wikipedia article is not going to do it. It's called a dilettante, actually, is the word. Someone that knows just enough to be dangerous about something. So a doctor spent years in college, or your mechanic fixing your car, you know, they spent time learning their craft. You're not going to read one article on Twitter and know a lot about a subject. But whatever it is you want to master, go ahead and master it. Go ahead and narrow down your niche in your life. What was your purpose to get here on Earth, to give back? What are you going to leave this planet? What can you master to share with somebody else? And if you choose to master something, make it everything you've got. Don't put in half the effort, because at the end of the day, if you knew you could have went harder, you might have a regret. But if you go all in, you can't say you didn't try your hardest. And so the powerful word of if I do this, then I can. And that will shape everything from here on out. Apply that to your life. I have a belief that if you want something, you can get it. I don't think anything's impossible. There's tons of people that have gone before you that have proved that things can be changed. You know, right now, the world is at the highest level of technology it's ever been at. It's the greatest time to live ever. There's less crime now. There's more opportunity now. And there's more chance for advancement for your life. So just because you're in your situation right now doesn't mean you're stuck there. It doesn't mean you can't change your life. There's tons of people around you. Some of them are going up and some of them are going down because everything's either growing or declining. Nothing stays stagnant. It's just the way of the world, the laws of physics. Nothing stays stationary. Everything's in motion. And so the same with your life. If you're not going up, you're going down. That's just the truth of it. A lot of people don't want to hear that. If they're not improving, they don't want someone to tell them that they're getting worse. So I like to live a life of personal development, getting better all the time, trying to anyway. I have coaches and mentors keep me in line, keep me accountable, because you can't see yourself. The way we see ourselves sometimes is skewed. So don't be afraid to ask somebody for advice sometimes on a certain subject that you want to improve in. Find somebody that is higher than you in the level that you want to attain and go ahead and ask them, hey, is there an area where I can improve my life? And it takes humility to ask. A lot of people are afraid to ask for the truth. But if you're humble and you go with a good attitude and you say, I'm looking for this specific improvement in my life, how did you do it? The person that's above you in that area, most likely, I can't say I've ever been turned down. Someone's always willing to give you advice of how they got somewhere. And if they don't give you the advice and they're greedy and they want to keep the secret, you don't need them as your friend anyway. You want people that are going to bring you up to another level. And so whatever the area of life is, the expertise, it's just like going in the bookstore. There's all different areas. So in Barnes & Noble, you have your life, you have your fitness, they have food section, spirituality, travel. That's the way your life is. If you can't get a book on it that you like, find somebody, even on the internet, find a video on YouTube, someone that's done something you want to do. Say it's going on a 30-day, I see some people doing the push-up challenge right now online. Find someone that's fit in your area. Find someone that you know that goes to the gym all the time and ask them some tips. Sometimes it's the most obvious things that are right in front of you, but there's a reason that you don't know them because you would have the result already if you knew them. So don't be so egotistical to ask somebody a simple question of how did you do what I'm trying to accomplish? The ego will crush you in the world of success. That's for sure. If you look back through time, some of the greatest leaders had huge egos, but their lead or their reign was short-lived. But some of the people that are humble, I mean, Mother Teresa was humble. She was a great leader. She lived a long, prosperous life. Napoleon Bonaparte had a huge ego, and he was a leader, but his leadership only lasted a few years because he was too egotistical. So you must crush your ego to get where you want to go for the long term. Because what's the point of having everything you want but not having it for a long time? So if you're going for that result and you get it for 30 days and then you have an ego and lose all the hard work, that wasn't really worth it. So for today, people, ask yourself, if I do, then I will. And that's the start of a chain reaction. And you can have other people involved, have your family involved, your friends involved. If your family wants to go on a vacation, have everyone involved. Put a goal up on the wall. If we save this amount per week, we all can go on a vacation. Or if we work extra, if you're in a business, if you have a side business, an opportunity you're involved in, if we do this amount of work, we will have this reward. And then it becomes easier and it becomes habit. And then your life will start to change. So I hope that's some applicable information for you guys watching today. Thanks for joining me. Travis and Antoinette's interesting adventure. She's on the track on the other side over there. We walk at different paces. I got these long legs. But I hope I can bring some sunshine to you from sunny California. This is the Pomona College track. It's nice, it's got the rubber. And I'm not running right now, obviously, but it's really nice to run on because it's rubber. So have a great day. If you find value in this, please share it. Follow our page, This Interesting Adventure. And there's always more to come. Love you guys. Peace.